My dad abandoned me, but now he wants me to help his new family out. I, 19, female, never had my dad, 39, male, in my life. He would pop up once every 5 years and act like super dad. He lied to my cousin's mom, telling her he paid for my prom. I didn't even go to my prom, and he paid my senior dues, etc. My dad doesn't know anything about me or what I'm interested in. When I was around 16, my grandmother told me my dad had a new girlfriend, and he wanted me to meet her kids. I laughed at her and refused, because I'm tired of being disappointed and hurt over someone who clearly doesn't want me. My brother, 18, male, thinks I should reconsider. His mom and our dad both raised him. I told him, our dad was actually a father to him, but not me, and I'm not about to be around his 3 daughters, when he didn't even raise his first child. My dad called me from my grandma's phone one day, panicking because his daughter's birthday cake got ruined. I have a small business, where I sell dessert and other things like that. He wanted me to bake a 3-tiered cake with floral designs, and her favorite chocolates on the top. I laughed at him, and asked him why would I do that. His exact words were, "You make cakes for strangers, but you can't help your sister out." I told him she's not even my sister, and to not talk to me again, because I finally got to a place where I shut off all emotion, and I don't care anymore. I told him he made me this way and I can't let anyone in because of him. My brother called me, asking me what happened, because Anna, my supposed sister, called him crying. I told him what I said, and he told me our dad lied and extended what I said. I'm not cruel, nor do I have a problem with his kids, but they aren't family and I'm not doing favors for anyone who I don't care for. My grandma called me saying I'm an a-hole, and I finally snapped. I let out years of hurt and disappointment in a group call with her, my dad and brother. She said nothing I was saying was true, and my dad was a great dad. My brother spoke up for me, and said he wasn't going to talk to her anymore, because she's delusional and talked to me badly. My brother's girlfriend called me, snapping on me, saying I ruined her family, and I'm trying to mess up my brother's and grandma's bond. My brother still loves our grandma. He just doesn't like how she's acting towards me, because of her own son's actions. Me and my brother went out, and we had a long talk about how we both feel, and I really opened up about our dad and he fully understood. We never talked about my dad, and he thought he was around more and apologized. My dad expected me to make the cake for free and decorate it how she wants, watch her little sister, 7, while making the cake, so Anna and her mom can get their nails done, and I would be coming to the party and still getting her a gift on top of the free cake. I don't know what delusion they live in, and I felt like I wasn't wrong, but everyone is calling me, making it seem like I'm an a-hole. The only one who isn't making a big fuss about it is Aaliyah, 19, female, Anna's older sister. I love my brother and will always talk to him, but am I wrong for cutting off my grandmother and not doing an unpaid favor for my dad's stepdaughter? I need opinions from strangers, and not people who actually know me. Hope he gives more info in the comments. The cake was for the 16-year-old, but he wanted me to watch the 7-year-old while I baked the cake, because Anna and her mom were going to get their nails done. Sorry if I wasn't clear. My brother looks at them like their family, and got her gifts like any other birthday, but he can't bake or anything like that, so he wasn't expected to do third things. He had work, so he couldn't watch the 7th, and my dad expected me to, because I live pretty close. My brother is my half-brother. My dad got with his mom right after he had me, which is why there's only a year age gap. But the 3 girls are just his girlfriend's kids, and I only met them once, so no real bond or relations. But me and my brother are cool, we speak all the time. If only 1 year apart, how could he not know what was going on? If he lived with his dad, presumably he realized that you were never there, and that his dad was never there for you. He lived with his mom his whole life, but my brother just graduated high school. He decided to stay with my dad until he goes to college, because my dad lives by our uncle who farms, and my brother wants to work with animals. And he knew my dad was a bad to me, but didn't know the full background. My boyfriend was trying to get me to open up, until he realized it was honestly a lost cause. He's always on my side with everything and just gave a little opinion. But now he stopped, and realized who these people really were. LOL. You heard from your dad every 5 years? Not really every 5 years, but just putting it in perspective, he's a piece of crap. LOL. I actually call him by his name, just said dad for story purposes. How was the original cake ruined? I don't know, I haven't talked to my dad in so long to be honest, but apparently she dropped it. Probably a lie and just wants a free cake, but he doesn't have a problem with money, so I don't understand honestly. Firstly, I don't get these people who don't know anything about your relationship with your father, who weren't even there while you were growing up, but keep meddling in other people's business. Brother's girlfriend, father's wife, stepdaughter, and whoever else. And my God, your grandmother looks like one of those mothers who thinks her kids can't do anything wrong in her eyes. Everything is the other fault. He must have been raised like that. That's why he became the person he is. And maybe he is now a better father to his other children. Lucky for them. But that doesn't erase what he did to you all your life. Or rather, what he didn't do. And at first, I thought it was kind of childish that Opie refused to make the cake, even though it was her father asking her. It was work. But then she informs us that the father wanted her to make the cake for free, babysit the youngest child, and even give the birthday girl a gift in addition to the free cake. The dad really is a piece of crap. He hasn't had contact with his daughter for years, and when he calls, it's only to ask for favors. And honestly, I think he lied. I think there was never a cake, that he told the girls and his wife that you were the one who was going to make the cake all along. Then he called you at the last minute, thinking you would be embarrassed to refuse. Well, F him. Also, I'm sorry Opie, for all the problems and traumas that the relationship you had with your father growing up brought to your adult life. Unfortunately, you are not the only one with these types of problems. But not the idiot Opie, and all these people attacking you are actually the idiots. And what do you guys think of this situation? Do you think Opie did the right thing? Now let's read the comments before reading the update. You don't know these people. If he wants a cake made in a hurry, he can pay for it with a premium just like anyone else would. Not the idiot. Your grandmother raised a deadbeat and now wants you to serve the man who abandoned you. You should go no contact with your dad, since your entire relationship seems him using you. He did nothing for you, so he doesn't get to be offended when you refuse to do his bidding. I'm sorry your dad and grandmother are narcissists. Not the idiot. You are way over-engaging with horrible people. When your father calls and asks for something, just say, "I'm so sorry, I'm busy." Don't give him the gift of all this drama. Not the idiot. The brazenness of parents, who basically abandon their kids and expect to pick things up as if nothing happened, never ceases to amaze me. Plus, your father lies repeatedly to paint himself in a better light. You make cake for strangers, but you can't help your sister out. Yeah, but those strangers pay me and treat me better than you ever have. You are a hero. No kidding, you did what 99% of people wish they could do, but don't have the guts to put out there. You've been abused and no longer have to please anyone but yourself. Your past is no longer an option for you. Your future is yours alone. Don't ever let anyone manipulate you for their own benefit. Ever. Best of everything to you. Little update. My brother got into an argument with his girlfriend because she was talking shit about me, saying I'm selfish and worthless. I may not have a relationship with my dad, but me and my brother have a great one. He called me asking me if I wanted to hang out and to come get him from my dad's house. Turns out, everyone is against him because he keeps defending me, and my grandma was the main one talking about me. Apparently, she said I was never really a granddaughter, and she said I should have never even existed. She was comparing me to Aaliyah, Dad's girlfriend's oldest daughter, when there's really nothing to compare. I'm not even mad. I felt numb to the entire situation, but Aaliyah asked if she could come with my brother and I. I told her yes, because she was the only civil one in that crazy family, and I spent a good 3 hours getting to know her. She's actually really nice, and I think I'll keep hanging out with her. I sent a long message to the family group chat, saying I want nothing to do with them, and they aren't my family anyway. And I've been through too much hurt at such a young age, and I don't want to continue feeling unwanted. I blocked them all, and told Aaliyah she's free to call me whenever she wants. My brother knows I love him, and will always be by his side. He's even thinking about taking my spare room in my apartment, or going to live with his mom until he starts school. I don't have a problem with either, and I honestly really miss my brother, and it was great catching up with him. Thanks for all the kind and reliable comments. Is there an update? I'd love to know if anything new happened. No, we don't speak, and I cut off my grandma. I already was closed off emotionally, and they just added to the fact that I don't want them around me, lol. Well, if your brother is going to move in with you, his girlfriend will have to know how to respect you. You can't let someone who talks to you like that live in your house. And I also feel for your grandmother. It's a shame that she thinks that way and covers up her son's bad attitudes. But it's best to cut off contact with any and all toxic people in your family, blood or not. I hope things get better from now on, OP. And what did you guys think of this update? What advice would you give to OP? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And I hope you are enjoying the videos so far. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the next story. Am I the idiot for leaving my sister's bridal party after she told me Dad's girlfriend is the maid of honor? For context, when I, 32, female, was a teen, my parents ended up getting a divorce. My mom got full custody because my dad said he needed time off, as he couldn't take care of us when everything was still raw. When he was around, he spent most of his time with my sister Maria, 25, female, rather than me, as she needed him more. This was a sore spot for me growing up, especially when he made an effort for Maria, but never for me. He has tried to reconcile, and while we aren't on the best of terms, I've grown to accept it. He ended up meeting Jane, 57, female, at a bar and they hit it off. While I personally don't mind him moving on, Jane was obsessed with the idea of reconciling our relationship. The few times I've met her, she would get into arguments with me, claiming that my dad only wants his daughter back and to give him a chance. Last summer, we were having dinner at Maria's flat, where she and Dad were discussing an upcoming family vacation. When Jane asked what I thought about the trip, I informed her I wasn't going. She immediately started questioning me about it. Suffice to say, it ended up in a screaming match, as she claimed I was purposefully icing her and my dad out. I told her I was a grown adult, and that if she didn't like it, she had someone else following her like a puppy. My dad got involved and I ended up choosing to leave, but not before she shouted that I was Mom's lapdog. Maria ended up kicking them both afterwards too. I haven't spoken to either of my dad or Jane since that day. With Maria's upcoming wedding, I've expected to see them there, and I've made my peace to just stay as far as possible. But a few days ago, she told me she had a maid of honor in mind. She claimed Jane has been nothing but sweet to her, and that she felt like she was her close friend. As she was talking, she said that Jane was really sorry, and was trying to reach out to apologize, but I cut her off. I told her if she wanted her as her maid of honor, it was her wedding and choice, but I personally didn't want to be in a position where I have to keep interacting with her over every little detail. I would still attend the wedding, but I wouldn't be a bridesmaid. This made her tear up. She begged me to reconsider, as she really wanted me to be part of her big day, and I told her I will, but just as an attendee. In the end, she said it's okay, but asked me to reconsider. News got to my dad and Jane, and now my dad has sent several messages telling me that I'm acting childish, and that I'm ruining Maria's day. Am I the idiot for leaving? I feel like this way we can avoid any potential conflict, but I also want to be part of her day. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. I decided to leave the bridal party after finding out the maid of honor is my dad's girlfriend. I may be the a-hole, because I refuse to get over her constant badgering and annoying comments. Honestly, I don't think you're the idiot. You saw yourself in a future situation that would be very unpleasant and found a solution so that won't happen. Unfortunately, this solution meant you were no longer part of your sister's wedding party, which is a shame, but you and your sister talked and she understood your decision. She made the decision to invite Jane to be her maid of honor, and you, as a result, made another to stay the hell away from her. And you two are okay with that. End of story. No one else should get involved in this matter. At this point, your dad and his girlfriend aren't trying to solve anything, just create more drama. Also, I'm sorry that you and your father haven't been able to repair your relationship till this day. But why is Jane so fixated on her being the one to fix you too? The way she's been behaving, she's only distancing you further from him, as she's also become someone you want to distance yourself from. Oh, and what she said about your mother, what a witch. I would also want to distance myself from a person like that. And once again OP, not the idiot. Not the idiot. Is her sister not inviting her own mother? Because I do not see how the maid of honor calling OP her mother's lapdog bodes well for the sister's wedding day. Not the idiot. However, your sister, dad, and Jane suck big time. 1. Your dad sucks because he basically abandoned you after the divorce. You don't get to just walk away from the responsibilities of parenthood for a while because you are in pain, and 2. Raw. You suck it up and deal with the situation, because your children matter more than the hurt you are experiencing. 2. Jane sucks because she is a boundary stomper. She wasn't there. She doesn't really know how your dad acted. She also doesn't get to tell you how you should feel. She also sucks for saying that you are the lapdog of your mother. She sounds like a real peach. LOL. 3. Your sister sucks, because asking Jane to be her maid of honor feels very manipulative to me. It seems like it was her way of forcing the two of you to be together frequently, thereby healing the relationship. Your relationship with Jane and your dad is your business, and your sister needs to stay out of it. At this point, your sister should be happy that you are still willing to attend her wedding. Y'all just needs to keep your distance at the reception and be civil should you pass each other. Sometimes there has just been too much damage in a family, and things will never be the way people wish them to be. It's very weird to make your dad's wife your maid of honor. Does Maria not have any friends her own age? How does her mom feel about that? Anyway, not the idiot for knowing there would be drama if you were a bridesmaid with Jane as maid of honor and deciding to attend as a guest. Not the idiot. Funny that your dad can decide when he can and can't be around you, but you're childish when you make a decision about whose company you keep. These people all sound self-absorbed, and I wouldn't blame you for blocking all 3 and moving on. Not the idiot. You made your boundaries clear, and everyone who thinks can stomp on them, screw them. Sure, it's your sister's wedding, but that doesn't mean that you need to set yourself on fire for her. It's not like you wouldn't attend. You just stated you will not interact with her. And what did you think of this situation? What would you do if you were OP? Would you also leave the bridal party? Or would you try to convince the sister to change her mind about her maid of honor? Don't forget to leave your comments below. So, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.